couple days to do in a half a day. As far as working on cars, I like them all. Everything, whether it's an OE deal to a hot rod to Pro Street, you have to appreciate them all, and it's just great. Oh yeah, no, they haven't seen it for quite a while, so seeing it all done, it'll be a big surprise.
It was less than a week ago that KRISTIN came out and asked me if there was any way we could get the car done in time for the wedding. And while it was a lofty promise, I was hoping all the time we'd make it. I had a good feeling that my team would pull together, and truthfully, that's what they did. Proud of my team. They did a good job. You know, this is an exciting moment for all of us right now. Everybody back at the wedding is expecting a limousine to pull up in front, get the kids, and haul them off to their honeymoons. So the last thing in the world they suspect is Grandpa Joe's 1930 Chevrolet Sedan.
So it was a great wedding. Bride and groom were really happy. The day was starting to wind down and they were ready to head out of here. I asked him to hold up for just a few minutes. And then when I got word that you guys were coming down the road, I made the announcement and asked folks to make their way out.
I was biting my nails, I was nervous, but the car looked so good. We all piled in the car and drove up the long, almost a mile-long gravel driveway to get back here to the wedding set.
My mother-in-law, my nephew, and my brother-in-law, who did not know this surprise was coming, instantly knew what was going on. So then when the family, we made our way out here and we were standing, we were all holding on to each other, crying with excitement. And when we saw that car around the corner, we were jumping and hooping and hollering.
Pulled up and they were just, half the people fell apart, the other half was cheering. I mean, it's almost like a sporting event.
It's still your thing, it's still
Be sure to read the Chevy emblem on the front.
After the last 4 days, and then finally, you know, the family get to see the car. After all this time, I mean, it was awesome. You couldn't have asked for anything better.
They were, I think, a little bit in shock to start with, and then they were incredibly touched by the gesture on Graveyard Cars and to make this happen and to make it happen at this event, a family event.
Today is one of those days that it hits home for a person like me because I'm a small town guy and family means everything to me. And this was an opportunity for us to help fulfill somebody's dream. Carol and Joe, who's passed on now, came to us almost 3 years ago with the car. And Derrick got crazy. He loves the old street rod, so he wanted to chop it and widen the rear fenders, and he did a beautiful job.
So not only was it Mark and the crew that made this all happen, but Derrick, through this whole process, has worked his tail off. That man has put his heart and soul into this car, and I just want to give a huge shout out and a huge thank you to him.
Oh yeah, this little 30's been my baby, I guess you could say, for the last 3 years. Well, we started out with taking 4.5 inches out of the roof, brought that down, refitted it, and then widened the rear fenders 4 inches, and then widened the running boards, basically pied them to make them match the stock front fenders, and then so they flow back into the 4-inch widened rear fenders. Well, the car was originally black, and they wanted to stick with black, but they wanted something that would make it stand out just a little bit, a little pop or whatever, so we went with the base clear black, threw some blue pearl in it, a little violet pearl, so it just got a complete different look at angles.
About 1.5 years into the project, that's when Joe passed. And so that was hard on all of us because Joe was just a sweet guy. He had a heart of gold. He would do anything for anybody.